Is where we discuss everything about the stock market's opening action, the early trends that we are spotting in terms of the sectors and the stocks in focus right now. Also, when you talk about the trends that the market may be following going forward from here, the direction it will be taking, and what are experts really making of the kind of opening that we've seen today, a penultimate day of the series and the monthly expiry that happens tomorrow. So let's get started with the opening action first. It's a sharp red opening for the markets today. Both the Sensex and the Nifty have opened steeply lower following the slump in the global markets. There have been again fears of recession coming in the US and the developed markets that could trigger further slowdown in the economies of the world. That has been spooking the streets across the globe, and the rising crude oil prices again coming to scare the investors away. The BSE Sensex today fell 500 points at open to open at 52,676. The Nifty shed 140 odd points to open at 15,708. It has now tested that level of 15,700, slipped below as well. On the Sensex, all the stocks have slipped into the red. IndusInd Bank, HUL, Wipro, Bajaj Twins, Tech Mahindra, Asian Paints and even L&T are leading the losses at this point in time as far as the Sensex is concerned. Now, barring the SBI Life and Tata Consumer, all the Nifty constituents also are suffering cuts at this point in time. Hindalco and Apollo Hospitals are the additional drags on the Nifty index too. Now come to broader markets, the mid and small cap sectors. What's the trend being looking like there? So the mid and the small cap indices opened in the negative territory, down about 1% each. So that's a sharp cut over there too. Sectorally speaking, all the sectors have been trading in the red right from the word go today. The Nifty Bank, IT, metals, public sector banks, financials all down 1% each. The pharma and oil and gas indices have shed the least losses, but all of them are down in trade. Which are the stocks in focus right now? Route Mobile slipped 5% after the company has approved a 120 crore rupees share buyback at 1700 rupees a piece. J&K Bank rose about 1%. The state-owned bank will raise about 2000 crores via a mix of debt and equity in the current fiscal year, that's FY23. That apart, in the currency market too, the rupee has also again hit a fresh record low of 78.87 against the dollar soon after opening in the early trading session. Other stocks in focus, Reliance Industry is down in trade, down by almost 1% today, and this happens right after the big bang announcement came in yesterday on how Mukesh Ambani has now stepped down from the Jio board as well, and Reliance Industries has slipped after that. He is passing on the baton to his son to take over Reliance Jio as the position of chairman going forward from here. So that's a big development that has happened, and this happens right ahead of its upcoming AGM, which may happen anytime in the months to follow, and there hasn't been any confirmation on the dates of the AGM yet, but this comes as a huge development ahead of its AGM. Also, IndusInd Bank, HUL, Hindalco are the top Nifty 50 losers. IndusInd Bank down 2.7%, HUL down 2.4%, Bajaj Finserv down 2%, and Titan also down by 1.8%, and it has slipped below the 2000 mark too. Talk about SBI Life, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's. These are, however, still somehow the gainers on the Nifty in today's trading session, managing to stay above the flat line at this point in time. The India VIX, which is the volatility index or the fear gauge, is up by 2%. That indicates heightened volatility even going forward. So 21.9 kind of levels can be actually seen over there. In terms of sectors, banks and realty are the worst hit right now. Overall speaking, the markets still look nervous right ahead of the series expiry that is going to happen tomorrow, and the monthly expiry too. Traders are advised caution at this point in time because the markets are very volatile, to save themselves from burning their fingers in such a heightened volatility kind of a market scenario. Also, the investors, most of the experts believe these dips can actually provide you some opportunity to get into those good fundamental names that you've been eyeing for long. So start accumulating them in a staggered fashion in these downturns of the markets. That's what most of the experts have been talking to us about on Business Today TV. I'll keep bringing you all the developments of the stock markets through the day today, so don't forget to stay tuned onto Business Today TV.